Oh, good morning. How are you? Well, I the sign back there said all CMVs must chain up. CMV is commercial motor vehicle. And so I did that. I'm over here on Loveland Pass in Colorado. And the road don't look too bad so far, but it could change a lot as you go up the mountain. They have a road closure up ahead called sun glare. So they shut down Interstate 70 going eastbound because of sun glare. And I don't know what that's all about. The sunrise comes up and hits the drivers in the face and they can't see, and some of them hammer the brakes and the other ones don't, and they all wreck. So they close that. So I'm hoping that this chain thing slows me down just a little bit, and that morning sun glare thing is all over with by the time I get there. So they've got a lot of things I got to deal with this morning. I've already put the chains on, and now I'm gonna roll ahead just a little bit, because usually, I don't know, for me, I don't do it right, I suppose, but the chains can loosen up sometimes after that first little bit of movement. So if one of them's pinched under the tires or something. So I'm gonna drive ahead here about, I don't know, 20 yards, and then I'll get out and see if they need readjusted or something. I don't expect them to, but it's a thing. So the power divider in this truck doesn't seem to be kicking in. So it's air over electric. It's too much complicated stuff. But I do have my hot tea here ready to go when I get back in the truck, and the heater's on, so it's about 16 degrees out there. So it's a little chilly, but we'll make the most of it and get our work done. I use my hot finger ski gloves because just chain up with, and I have waterproof insulated boots that I wear when I'm chaining up, so I try to make the job as painless as possible. But let's take a look here. We'll start on this side, and we'll look to see how the chains turned out. That one did loosen up some. Okay. Ooh, I've got to adjust those two. They got to be a little bit tighter. Too tight and they'll break. So give me a minute here. Let me get that off. All right. I'm back in the truck. And you know, the road's looking better and better as I've sat here putting the chains on the last minutes. But I'm wondering, you know, where I'm at, if they lift the chain law, I can't tell. So, I hope I don't have to drive over the mountain on wet roads with chains on. You need snowpack to drive with chains on. Well, let's get to going here. Let's see how we can do. Let me see if I can put the camera somewhere good. This would be a pretty nice. It's cold though. It's 11 degrees. So you're going to have to bundle up pretty good to go skiing today. But like I said back there, I keep those hot finger gloves, ski gloves, and I only use them for chaining up. I don't use them for anything else. Boy, this is beautiful coming out of the shadow here. Look at that. Look at the mountains over there. All right, we got the big horseshoe. This is a good place to spin out. This isn't. There. We're going to go back in the shadow. but we'll be able to see out in the sunshine. Yeah, this really enjoyable views. I use those hot fingers just for chain up. I don't use them for anything else because I don't want to wear holes in them or something so that my fingers get wet, because then I'm done. So look at all the skiers are going. There they go. I pull the tanker, and the problem with the tanker in the snow is that when you go up a steep hill like this is a one compartment tanker, and the liquid all goes to the back of the trailer, you know, at least as much as the angle of the steepness of the hill, and your drive tires get lighter and your trailer tires get heavier, so your drive tires or your traction pull the truck up the hill, and your less and less weight means less traction. More weight in the back means you're pulling heavier behind you, so it works against you going up the hill on a day like this. And that's part of what you're dealing with. The gasoline tankers usually have anywhere from 3, most commonly is a 5 compartment trailer, so the liquid tends to stay more where you loaded it than to run to the back like a single compartment trailer. I got one car behind me, but he's back there a ways. He's all right. I can't pull over. If you look at this out the window, it looks like there's a shoulder there, and in places there are, but in other places they bladed the snow off and it's stacked and it covers up where the road ends and the shoulder begins. So if you get too far over there, you might think you're driving on a road, but underneath the road is falling away, and you're driving out there in thin air over the snow. So you want to stay up over here in your lane. And I realize the guy behind me'd like to go, but I don't have the ability to pull over very good. And it's such a beautiful day with beautiful views. I hope he's patient enough to just look around and enjoy the views a little bit today, instead of gouging and jamming to get where he's going. I got to put my sunglasses on, boys and girls. My eyeballs are screaming at me. It is so bright out here, and we're doing that now. Oh, much better, much better. Okay. All right. Here comes a little Tesla down the hill. Yeah, there's a lot of chaff out here on the road now. The chains are real quiet because the snow's absorbing the rattle, and it's a lot better to drive on this kind of a road than on wet or dry pavement. Let me tell you what, it smooths the truck out and everything. So the chains are in good condition. They're not wore out. That helps a lot. I would have to say that the way the sun is shining on this road, that within a short time, an hour or two, this will all be gone. This will just be wet, might even dry completely up. So I'm supposed to go down here into Denver and unload and then come back across here. So I'm looking at this thinking it'll be, I won't have to chain up on the return trip, so that'll be good. It's 15 degrees. Man, that looks pretty good down there. I don't see any backcountry skiers. You don't always see the plans that they take, but they come up here to the top of Loveland Pass, and there's usually 2 or 3 of them on a 5 of them even in a pickup and Subaru or something, and one of them will drive the car and the other ones will ski down the back country, both sides of the pass, and then they'll drive down there and pick the other guys up, bring them back to the top of the mountain, and they'll just take turns driving the car, pick up, and backcountry skiing down the mountain all day. They'll just go all day like that, take turns, and never buy a lift ticket. They do that a lot right up here on Loveland Pass. There's a bunch of signs up here about avalanche warning for backcountry skiers. It's an uncontrolled thing, and they don't always know where everybody's at, so they try to warn everybody. I don't think there's enough snow for avalanches, but this guy's got sanders, so he doesn't have to put chains on. He can just sand his way up and down the hill. Gasoline tanker. We're not hauling gasoline, we're hauling a different product than the fuel haulers. I have been a fuel hauler before, but I haven't hauled fuel in quite a few years. It's a lot of work too. You don't want to scare the guy hauling fuel if you can help it. Don't do that. The hazmat haulers really don't like people driving bad around their trucks. So do yourself a favor, don't. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, we're gonna top out up here. I think it's 10,990 feet at the top, at the summit here of Loveland. This is where they usually stop to load and unload backcountry skiers. So you always have to watch for people stopped in the middle of the road or crossing the road. And then it's a scenic area where people like to stop and look. Or there's some skiers right now over here on the right. Boy, that snow looks beautiful, like it hasn't been skied on. So I'm thinking most of this snow fell yesterday afternoon and last night. It's fresh. Here we are. Oh, look at them getting ready to go. Getting ready over here. That's cool. No, we're working today, fellas. I don't think my camera's going to show it. I can't run the camera and drive at the same time, but over here on the right, you can see those two backcountry skiers getting ready to go down. All right, speed limit's 30. I got most of the people that were following me are gone. They got off right there. I got a pickup behind me, but I can't help it. There's no place to pull over. We're going down the, this is eastbound. We're going towards Denver. So we got to get down here. We got some snowboarders jumping over the side here. That's pretty cool. All right, she's plenty slick in the shadow here. She's plenty slick in the shadow. There's a couple of skiers out on the side of the road here getting ready to go. That's pretty cool. There he goes. I doubt if you've seen it. All right. This has got plenty of snowpack on it. If you start sliding, it's going to be hard to stop sliding. And so we're chained and we're going slow. We're not going to slide. But there's no guardrail. There's no runaway truck ramp. These curves in the snow, your truck ran away, it would go down over the side. So long, big drop-offs over here. Big drop-offs. So nobody's behind. That pickup's still back there a ways. He's taking it careful. He ain't pushing on me or nothing. I don't know if the camera will show it very good, but you can see all the marks in the snow from the chain tires that were chained. They leave, you know, all those bars on the road where the chains dig into the snowpack. And this is another one of those places where there's a healthy ditch over here on the right, where between us and that side of the mountain. If you get over too far, your front wheel will go down. And it don't look like it. It looks like maybe it's road all the way to the rocks and then up, but there's a ditch in there. Snow to melt and the water to run down. But we're running about 20 miles an hour at this point. Okay. No stopping, avalanche area. I won't. Okay. Here we go. 20. Beautiful scenery this morning, bright sunshine. Nice day to ski if you're out here. Now there's a traction law for cars up here. They want you to have, you got your choices. You can have four-wheel drive, you can have 3-peak mountain snowflake rated tires, or you can have tire chains. You have to have one of those three come up here in your car. Looks like somebody slid out of the corner right there. They don't want people to come up here and have lots of problems. They've worked hard at trying to get people up and down through here without crashing or getting stuck or blocking the road or spinning out. They really tired of those kind of problems. It's winter, it's the mountains, it's snow. It's kind of what's going to happen somewhat. We'll get down here where some of the backcountry skiers and snowboarders come out down here. I'll show you where they usually pick up. Some of them just do it by thumb. They get a ride, they ski down, and then they'll stand down there with their skis and their snowboard, and they'll thumb a ride. Hopefully somebody going by will haul them back up the mountain. And I guess people do pick them up. They're not trouble, you know, just they're wearing all their ski gear and they're standing there with their skis and their ski poles or their snowboard with their thumb out. You know what they want. They want to go back up the hill and do it again. This is a little slick in here. Tire chain's helping me out. 22 miles an hour. I got 2 cars behind me, not too bad. Nobody's pushing on me or chomping. You can tell when somebody's impatient, really wants to go bad, but you really can't do a lot about it, mostly. All right. And this road's just a 2-lane road, and you got to be careful because if your trailer dog tracks too far to the right, you can actually drop your trailer off the edge of the road and pull the whole truck over. So you got to make sure that your trailer stays up on the road behind you. Right down here is usually where the backcountry skiers come out. I see them down here a lot. There's a pair down here right now trying to thumb for a ride. I'll bump the horn just a little when I go by. They have different ways here. Yep, they're rigged up. Beep, beep. We're working today, boys. Yep, see, you got their thumb out. They'll get a ride up the mountain. The ski runs are beautiful out here today. Snow last night freshened everything up. Do not block intersection. Okay, we've got one of those traffic control lights at the bottom of the hill. There, turn green. Let's go. Chain up. Turn off the flashers already. Goodness knows. Alright, I'm going to drive clear down here to the end. This is the chain up area, chain down area. We're going to pull the chains off, but I'm going to drive clear down here to the end of this whole big long area in here is just for chain up. So I'm going to drive clear down here to the end here. See all the snow here where somebody is chained down right there. Kicked some snow and ice off their truck. I'm gonna do it right about here. This will be good. And all right, let's get out and see how we did. Things sounded very good. All right. Yeah, we fared real well on that. You can see the chains are a little ate off maybe from all of the dry pavement, just the distance of it. They're good to go. They'll go some more. So, but things are dirty and they're covered with snow. And you can see how much snow on the steps and on the fuel. It's all dirty. Look at it. So things look really good though. All right, we did really well. Threw a lot of snow on the back of the sleeper. We got the mighty Reedhurst Peterbilt 328. We got down the mountain over the pass. This is I-70 right here, and we got a big guardrail to keep the cars out of our space here. That's a good thing. All we got to do is we'll chain up or chain down, and then we'll go to Denver. I hope you get on through your day in good shape. Take a pull of your coffee. Got my gloves laying here, ready to go. Take a pull of my hot tea here. Oh, that's good. All right, you guys are all experts now. You'll be able to do this. Bye now.